Okay. On the record in state of Michigan versus James Chadwick Perry, 2202371 SM.
Good morning, Your Honor. Melissa Vachon on behalf of Mr. James Perry, who is here to my left.
You are James Perry.
I am, yes.
Told you you'd be seeing me today. Okay, just looking here to make sure your records are updated from yesterday. One of them. Oh, good, they are updated. Okay. So today is the date for sentence. Let's see here. It's been a little while since Mr. Perry was due to be here. Mr. Perry, you entered a plea. No contest in January to malicious destruction of property, $200 to $1,000 in value. Today is the date for sentence. I think all I requested for by way of pre-sentence was information on your criminal history, because I think you were in custody at that time. And then, of course, we have the bill for restitution. Ms. Vachon, you've been able to talk to Mr. Perry about that.
Yes, Your Honor. we spoke.
All right. On behalf of your client.
Yes, as I said yesterday, Mr. Perry suffers from memory loss due to a traumatic brain injury he received in a car accident. He typically has to write things down in order to remember it, but with being in jail at the time he entered the plea in this case, he wasn't able to keep up with the sentencing date, and that's why he failed to appear before today. He has been struggling with obtaining housing and for several years now, so he didn't receive any notices from the court. Otherwise, I think that if he did, he would have been here earlier to address this. He has accepted responsibility for it, Your Honor. And he is in the process now of getting help and services set up so that he doesn't find himself in this situation again.
Okay. Mr. Perry, what would you like to tell me?
Just apologize to you and the court system, to everybody else. I don't do things intentionally, but some things just accidentally happen. But,
No, you got to stop going to this quality dairy and you got to not break their stuff.
well, I would if the door wasn't broken already. It didn't have. Oh yeah.
You're not welcome back there.
Oh, I know that. I don't want to go back there. Like I said, I broke the window, and I apologize about that. There ain't nothing else I can really say except the door was broke already when it came flying at me. It didn't have the spring on it. It was supposed to have the spring to keep the door from flying open. And it flew open at me, and my first regard was put my hand up and it hit the door and it broke it.
Okay. So this report says that you knocked over a Pringles chip display, started knocking over trash cans, and then you kicked the door, breaking the glass. So, Mr. Perry, whatever excuse you want to make about the door, really not interested at this point. And you have to find a way to not do these things, or you're going to land yourself in long times in jail and prison. You can't go places, get mad, and start breaking stuff. That is not acceptable in our society. And I think whatever's going on with you, you know morally that's wrong, right?
Yes,
You can't break stuff just because you're mad. You know morally you can't do that, right?
yes, yes.
I think the problem you're having is you're having a hard time controlling yourself once you're angry. Even though you know it's wrong, you do it anyway. So what do we do to try to short circuit that and not fly off the handle?
Calm down and think about it before I react.
Be something you do.
Right.
Start getting mad and you want to break stuff, you pinch yourself and be like, no, I don't want to go to jail.
Right.
Something. Something. There's got to be a way.
Yeah, well, I had to go by what I was retaught, was to sit down and to think about it, to problem solve it out.
Yeah.
The
Well, you say
good
that
and
now
the
while
bad.
you're calm, but when you're mad, does that even occur to you?
No, not really.
Right.
Not when the door's flying right at me.
Yeah, according to this report, there's a whole lot more going on that day than just the door. You're in there knocking down displays and kicking over trash cans in the parking lot. That's not just for a broken door. That's you flying off the handle and doing things you shouldn't be doing.
Once they get around. Oh.
There's video footage of the incident.
Yeah. Well, I remember doing it. The door came flying at me.
That's not what, I mean, I hear what you're saying. You
The
chose
door
to enter
was-
a no contest
the door was
plea, and
broken.
I'm saying this report says it was more than just the door. I mean, the door is what you're gonna have to pay for. But you wanna tell me this was all a big accident over the door, and when there's video, if the video shows you in there knocking down displays and kicking over trash cans, then it's not going to look like an accident. It's going to look like you broke the door. So, Mr. Perry, we're at a spot here. You've already done 35 days in jail on this, but you could face up to 365 days. And I have a door that costs $792 for them to replace. So you can choose to go through with the sentence, or apparently I hear you saying you'd rather go to trial. Is that what you really want to do?
No, Your Honor. I did break the door, sorry.
Okay, $792.10 in restitution to Quality Dairy, a $75 crime victim rights fee and state minimum cost that I'm required to order as crime victim rights fee is not waivable. The state minimum cost has to be assessed if I assess another fee, causing the total to be $917.10. 35 days jail credit for 35 days previously served. And we need to figure out how we're gonna get you to start making payments on your $917.10. Most of it's restitution. There's nothing I can do. It has to be collected. It can be collected in very small amounts over a very long period of time, but it has to be collected. So, do you know when you're gonna resolve your issue that's holding you in jail because of Mason?
Your Honor, he doesn't have any knowledge about that case right now, but I see that they are scheduled to go before the judge on the 24th.
So we don't know if he's gonna be out of jail.
No.
What do you propose we do about getting payments on this restitution?
I know that our social worker is going to be meeting with him sometime this week to try to get the disability payment set back up. But right now, he's not receiving any disability payments.
Yeah, that doesn't, I mean, I can tell him to report to the court and set up a payment plan when he gets out of jail, but when he doesn't show up, because he doesn't remember, he's gonna end up with a warrant. I can tell him he has to pay a certain amount, but again, if he doesn't show up to make a payment, then he's gonna end up with a warrant, so I need you to tell me what I'm supposed to be writing in this.
I think having him come in after he's released is the best option. I will let our social worker know about that. I know in a previous case, when he used to have a payee, the payee was able to handle it. So hopefully we can get another payee in the future.
Okay. Mr. Perry, you're ordered to come into the collections department of the court upon your release, set up your payment plan. You don't have to have money with you that day. You just need to come in and set up a plan to get this paid. Because it's restitution, it's not waivable. You can't close your file. I have to try and collect it from you. Even if it's $10 a month, I gotta try and get it. You see what I mean? So when you get out of jail, you need to come into the court and set up your payment plan with us. If you don't show up, they are gonna want me to issue a warrant for you. So I need you to show up. Not really sure how else to make sure you remember other than Ms. Fischel says the social worker might be able to remind you, but you have to come in.
If it's written, I will definitely, I can follow it. But I do have a head trauma, and there is a guaranteed problem with memories with head trauma.
I know, that's why people come up with coping skills, like they keep a notebook or a calendar or
And I
something.
do keep a notebook, and I do write things like that down.
Okay.
Because that is
Do
part
you
of
have
the
a reminder sheet for him, Mr. Warrensley?
Get one generated. Let me see. I don't have one, Joe, but I can generate some. Get one.
You need to give him something that says you must go to 5848 District Court with the address when you get out of jail to set up your payment plan.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Let's have a seat.